moving on. You know, I don't know if you and I talked about this, Robert. I told Trey about this, but I was obsessed with the election, and not because I really was in love with any candidate, but I just was obsessed with the theatrics of the last election season. And it was a crazy election season for sure. But once the election ended, I kind of lost interest again and just, kind of got back to my normal routine. But I just recently got sucked back into politics when the internet became a buzz with Pam Bondi. Anybody know Pam Bondi?
No. I've heard the name, and I've
heard the name. I've heard the name.
I've not met her, but I've seen her on TV.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yep.
So I knew the name. Like when I saw this article, and this is, so let me just jump in. This is a segment about Pam Bondi plastic surgery rumors. There's Pam Bondi right there. So Pam Bondi is 59 years old. She's an attorney, politician, was a Florida attorney general. She was Trump's lawyer in one of those trials where Trump was in trouble, or I don't know how you want to think about it, but when he was in court.
Right.
I don't know which one.
She was hired as special counsel.
Oh, you know this?
I kind of watched some of the hearings.
Oh, so are you like a closet political junkie?
So, maybe, but more so to have something in the background working, Zoom meetings, that sort of thing.
While I'm working, I like to have something to distract me.
She was actually special counsel to the White House, not representing him, as a person.
So she wasn't his personal attorney.
The president, correct.
Got it, okay. So apparently Trump liked her because Trump picked her to be the Attorney General, U.S. Attorney General.
It's kind of a big deal.
That's a big deal. So her Senate confirmation hearing was this past week, which I obviously didn't watch, but I got sucked into it because social media had started blowing up about how great Pam Bondi looks. And so I had to look into this. Throw up her pic there, the next pic, Trey. Yeah. So, I mean, and that may be the best picture. I think I got another one in a minute. But I have to agree that for 60 years old, she looks really good, And even more interesting, so throw up that next pic, Trey, if you would. So she lost 50 pounds this past year, which I did a dive in that. I was like, oh, did she take Ozempic?
Of course.
She did not.
No,
Did not, yeah. Well, allegedly. I don't know for fact, but she says that she lost it with a good, strict diet and exercise. So hats off to her.
Sense. Yeah.
I have to say that for someone at 60, she looks great. But what's more kind of impressive is that anyone who loses 50 pounds generally is going to look older than they did.
Right.
Because it's the one kind of plus to having a little bit extra weight. It tends to make your face a little bit more round, which is honestly a more youthful look than if you're hollowed out.
Yeah.
And so I do think that she looks great for 60, but the fact that she recently lost 50 pounds and looks that great, I do think that the internet's talking about this is not just silly. I mean, sometimes people talk about, oh, so-and-so looks great. I'm like, yeah, okay. I mean, they look good, but this isn't, groundbreaking.
Right. And it makes sense. I mean, losing the weight or having the weight, kind of pushes the wrinkles out.
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely.
Totally. So for her to be 60 and have lost 50 pounds in the last year, I agree. She looks great. So everyone's talking about, has she had plastic surgery and this and that. So pull up the last photo again, Trey, and leave my mic on. Well, mic's on. So, I'm going to say a couple things that really kind of stick out to me about her. Like, number one, this girl has no wrinkles. You look at the areas where people commonly have age wrinkles, which is between the eyebrows, in the forehead, or the lateral eyes. She's 60 years old, and she has no wrinkles. All right, you guys are smart. How did that happen?
So for me, I'm going, well, there's a lot of makeup there because, the lights. But, I mean, a little bit of filler ain't going to hurt nobody, right? So
Trey, what do you think?
Botox?
There you go. Sorry,
what I'm
Robert.
saying.
Trey's got the advantage, man.
What's
He's
the
been here
difference,
forever.
filler and Botox?
Yeah,
I
okay,
guess that's
so-
a different show, but
No, but hey, that's a great question. That's why I like, having you and Sarah here to ask the questions
There
that
you
I
go.
just gloss over. So Botox is a neuromodulator, meaning it paralyzes muscles. So those wrinkles that normally appear in between the eyebrows, the forehead, and around the eyes are due
Right.
to repetitive muscle movement. This lady has had Botox religiously for at least 20 years, if not longer.
Okay.
You know my wife,
Yeah.
Robert, and she's
Yeah,
not as old as Pam Bondi, but she has no wrinkles either, and she should at her age. And yeah, some of it's good genetics, but she's also been using Botox during those time frames when those wrinkles develop.
Right.
So this is a very good example of what using Botox consistently can do for you. She's 60 years old and she has none of the wrinkles that we normally see. And yes, you're right, Robert. I do think good lighting, good makeup, that all plays into it. But
Right.
but it ain't gonna fix wrinkles if you got them.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I try to wear sunglasses so I don't get the crow's feet and things like that.
Hey, look at you,
But,
man.
well,
hey,
you know,
Botox is a new thing.
It is,
You and Trey could
absolutely.
come in like next week, get that Botox.
Absolutely.
I could do a
Botox.
2-for-1 special.
I don't know. We should video it, film it. Let's go live. Just saying. But yeah, no, I agree. She looks great. She's very well spoken. Sounds good. And that's what I was watching with some of the.
Oh, you were
Senate,
watching some of that, yeah.
Hearing and listening to the questions and comments. It's more background noise, but
Yeah.
I agree. I wouldn't have guessed she was that
No,
age.
I wouldn't either.
I remember when Sarah Palin was running for president, vice president.
Did you
it
think
was
she looked
like,
pretty
oh,
young? I can't remember.
Well, it's just like better looking than these
Than the
men
old-
we
than
have,
the old
right?
white guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
the old
yeah.
white
I mean,
guys.
any of them. So
Did you know who I not to like derail my own segment? You know which politician I think is very attractive?
Which one?
AOC.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Man, she looks so good. Yeah,
yeah.
Not that
So-
I would vote for someone on their looks, but
You
while we're talking about attractive politicians,
There you
she's
go.
got my vote. All right. The other thing I think that Pam Bondi has going for her is I think she's had a really good skincare regimen. Her skin to me does not look 60 years old. I think that she's probably been good about using cleansers, using moisturizers, and using sunblock. Because her skin quality is good.
Yep.
I do think she's probably had some filler, but I will say that I think she's got that, well, we were just literally talking about, which I think in the last segment, which is using filler subtly, because I can't tell that she has filler, but she should not have those cheekbones like she does after losing 50 pounds
Right.
and being 60 years old.
Right.
She looks better than she should, but I can't say for sure she's had filler, so that means she's probably had really good filler. Someone did her a solid and just fixed the problem, but didn't make her look artificial.
Right. Well, and around the lips and, like you said, the eyes,
Yeah.
where our muscles are moving the most.
Yeah,
you
and-
don't see much there.
And kind of weighing into that, Robert, because you're exactly right. She doesn't have a lot of the sagging of the face and neck that you would expect from
Right.
one, somebody who's 60 years old, and two, somebody who just had a weight loss. And so it brings in the question of, do we think that she may have had a facelift or neck lift? Now, I actually flipped through some of her old photos. I never saw a drastic change in how she looks, so I'm going to speculate. I can say fairly confidently about the Botox and the fillers. I feel and the good skincare. I feel super confident about that. I feel almost as confident the fact that she has maybe not had surgery, but she's had some skin tightening procedures.
Okay.
We have those in our office. They're treatments I use myself. My wife uses them. They are very effective. The two I like are radio frequency microneedling, which the trade name is Morpheus, and then lasers, which we like Halo, but there's a lot out there. They are very good at tightening skin. And I think that almost certainly, given that she's 60 years old and that she had a weight loss, she has to have had something like that.
Well, and so you said surgery, and I'm like, oh, I guess so, but
I
surgery
don't
in the
think-
sense of having the lasers.
No,
and
so when
that
I say
sort of
surgery,
thing.
I'm talking real surgery. So like facelift, neck
Okay.
lift. That would be
Yeah.
the kind of classic thing to change sagging to the face and neck.
But the tightening is more of the
Non-surgical.
non-surgical, the lasers.
Yeah, yes.
That
Yeah,
sort of thing,
and I'm a
so.
big fan of those. Like I said, I literally use them every year. I mean, most people don't think I'm 50 years old. And some of that's genetics, but I mean, using the lasers, on the skin doesn't hurt. I mean, there's a lot of data to show that they're very effective. And so, yeah, I don't think she's necessarily had surgery, but I do think she's probably had some treatments.
Hey, I'll give it a shot. You know,
Dude, come on in, man.
Yeah.
I'll zap you.
there we go.
We'll cook you. I'm trying to get Trey to come in. He's like, nope. I'm out.
One of these days.
One of the days, yeah.
Yeah,
We do
yeah.
the show long enough, Trey. Like, you know, as the years go by, you may change your tune, buddy.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right. I think that's about it.
Yeah,
Dude.
That's
Go ahead,
awesome.
Robert. What do you got?
I was gonna say, so the recovery on those lasers pretty easy.
Oh yeah. So
Fast.
So when you do a laser treatment, and it depends on which one you do. So I like Halo. So our Halo gives you 4 to 5 days of downtime, and by downtime it means your face will be swollen, peeling, red. People are
Right.
going to know you've had something done. The radiofrequency microneedling is a little bit less aggressive as far as recovery, like
Right.
basically 24 hours of a little bit of swelling.
Right.
Yeah, both of those treatments are great. Like we have both machines. I've historically used Halo, but this year I started Morpheus. I've only done one treatment out of 3, so I did take some before. So I'm gonna, when I finish my treatments, I'll do a little segment on my thoughts on Morpheus.
Absolutely, that'd be
So,
fun.
and if you want to come down, Robert, I got you. Or you can get that Botox, man.
Yeah, I don't know. You know,
I need it too. Like
Yeah.
I'm with you. Like we're there, man. Trey's a little bit younger. He doesn't have to worry just yet. He's probably pretty
There
good.
you go.
So.
There you go.
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. Please leave us a comment. If you want us to talk about a specific topic on Nip Talk, we will do it. Leave us that comment, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Good day.
Yeah, Trey, you got the bye.